The Fifth World Clean Environment Summit, an international conference on technological innovations for climate change mitigation and global warming, was held between December 12 to 14, 2023 at Magadh Mahila College, Patna, Bihar, and it was jointly organized by the International Benevolent Research Foundation IBRF, Kolkata, and IQAC Magadh Mahila College, Patna, Bihar, in collaboration with the Confederation of Indian Universities, CIU, New Delhi, and the Durga National Educational Trust, DNET, Bihar. The conference focused on various strategies and principles associated in mitigating the challenges of global climate change from a multiple perspective, from local, regional, and an international perspective. The conference was attended by over 200 delegates from India and overseas. States representing this international conference were mostly Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh. Different universities participated also in these conferences, and namely the Patna University, Pataliputra University, Magadh University, Calcutta University, Jadavpur University, and Jawaharlal Nehru University from New Delhi, as also Vanaras Hindu University from UP. Students presented oral presentations as well as posters in various sessions, which were judged by a number of internationally acclaimed judges in designating the top presentations that were awarded and the valedictory session. Erudite lectures were presented by scholars, researchers, academics, and professionals from both government and non-government agencies who made significant impact in helping understanding how global environmental changes and associated natural as well as anthropogenic impacts are hastening the process of climate change. But the main focus was mostly on various technological aspects of mitigating climate change issues and global warming. Various technologies and studies, case studies from the perspective of sociological, economic, biological, industrial, as well as from the perspective of different chemical industries were investigated, explored in this conference.
Hammurabi Code from the Babylonian civilization. But they also say that today's United Nations resolutions, today's United Nations entire institutional constitution comes from the very basic principles of the wrought edicts and the pillars of teachings of Ashoka that he has done, that has been adopted universally. They haven't been recognizing it because it was a colonial period, but over the time, overwhelming their understanding that he was a pioneering man in this part of administration and in global peace, an ambassador of global peace. His transformation into his Buddhism. But more than that, what delighted me, he said that they were saying that he is one of the greatest ambassador of environmental peace or environmental integrity of the world in his own way. No one before him or even after him has been able to establish this to this day. He is the pioneer in the process of conservation of animals and wildlife.
Conference. The erudite lectures highlighted on various new strategies at a global and international as well as regional level in which they are impacting the mitigation of climate change. Strategies, policies, role of administrators, politicians, the geopolitical aspect behind climate change were all discussed in various depth with strong interaction between the participant and the speakers who participated in this conference. Various vice chancellors who graced this occasion by presenting their talks as well as making the public enriched with their thoughts and administrators of their university and what they plan in the future in making climate change studies an integral part of the course and curriculum of their universities to train the next generation of students, researchers, and academics who can help us in providing appropriate direction towards mitigating various challenges impacted by climate change and global warming. It is important to note that the conference does not limit itself only to local issues and international issues. The perspective of overseas and Indian scientists, academics, and researchers, both from the local as well as the international perspective, was explored in various steps in better understanding how every single strategies that are explained and presented in this conference fit into the global and the regional scenario to make the life of the people better. Various impending challenges and associated with climate change and global warming was explored in depth, and various strategies were discussed and debated in this particular conference. Dr. Shubir Mukhopadhyay, President of IBRF Kolkata, highlighted how this conference has significantly impacted the economics of the country and how a better understanding of climate change processes and the strategies can help prepare us better for the future. Dr. Janardhan D, President of Durga National Educational Trust, Bihar, encouraged the young generation to come forward with strategies which are relevant for India and how this could be applied and made economically in a viable fashion for the nation to make significant changes at the global platform. Professor Namita Kumari, Principal of Magadh Mahila College, Patna, highlighted how delighted she was, along with her colleagues, in hosting this conference and making it possible to provide enrichment, particularly for their students as well as students and participants from other universities, in exploring the various challenges of climate change from a multiple perspective. Chancellor Professor P.R. Trivedi from the Confederation of Indian Universities, who is the president of the organization, highlighted how important it is to hold such conferences in better understanding how the challenges and the impacts of climate change and global warming be better understood on such global platforms and regional and local platforms to better prepare the nation for impending challenges in the not-so-distant future. Professor Tanmay Mudra, the Executive Secretary of International Benevolent Research Foundation, highlighted how important these conferences in making and bridging a platform and helping to build consensus on a local, regional, and international platform about the dangers of climate change mitigation and global warming. Dr. Anesha Guha of the Confederation of the Indian Universities highlighted how important it will be for us to work together on the common platform to come up with new strategies and policies in helping India be enabled to come up with stronger focus in making significant changes. Dr. Trideep Bandyopadhyay also highlighted that he was delighted to participate in this conference in coming up with meaningful understanding of various perspectives of climate change mitigation and global warming. He highlighted how our planet has evolved and how global anthropogenic and natural changes are impacting our planet fast, and unless we take steps today, it will be too late for us to understand the basic aspects of protecting the planet from the ravages of climate change and global warming. Shoikat Basu from Canada, an agricultural environmental scientist, highlighted how the geopolitics of climate change is impacting the decision and strategies at an international level in mitigation of climate change and global warming, and at what step and stages they are failing in order to make significant impact at the global stages. This conference was attended heavily by the local and the regional press and was widely covered in the news media, signifying the importance of the conference and the summary of the important steps and suggestions and the strategies that was discussed here on this August platform. Kalinga Chronicle TV, Bureau Report.